Hello, my name's Elise. Welcome out everyone to my Gunpowder's TV show review. This is a thing made by Kit Harington. This is about the Gunpowder Plot. Guy Fawkes, about these group of people who tried to assassinate the King of England, to blow up the Houses of Parliament, and to take control of the government for the Catholics. The first episode, this thing was divided into 3 episodes. It's a mini-series, and the thing is, though, Kit Harington is related, is direct descendant to the man who started this, and who was Robert Catesby and all that stuff. And they say that he's the great mastermind behind it, but the problem is what I have with this show, or this miniseries, it could have just been a movie, and it could have been cut down by another hour and a half. This is an hour and a half story. Now, the first episode deals with how Robert Catesby and Liv Tyler's character, how they were harboring this priest in this home, and the old lady who ran the house, she was condemned to death, and so was the priest. Then we're seeing how the Catholics are being persecuted, tortured. We learn that King James doesn't really care for the killings and all that stuff. He just says, as long as they leave me alone, do that stuff. Then you see some behind the manipulation with his guy named Cecile, his advisor, and all that stuff. And you see Robert Catesby slowly getting the idea, like, let's blow up the Houses of Parliament. In the second episode, it's all about him recruiting people to his cause and to basically blow up the Houses of Parliament. He goes to Spain. He's denied help from them. He decides to do something about it. A priest gets captured. It's a rescue attempt. Then the third episode is all about the downfall, how they ultimately fall down, basically. How they don't blow up the House of Parliament, how they're eventually caught, how they basically turn on and everything. And I guess they try to make this TV show about like how they're heroes and how they try to do something good in an evil time. But the problem is, though, with me, I have with this show is just, when I was younger, I loved V for Vendetta, and I learned about Guy Fawkes, the House of Parliament, and I was idolizing it. But once I read more into it and the history of England during this time, this is, the Gunpowder film has no hero, in my opinion. This miniseries has no hero. Robert Catesby, played by Kit Harington, I do not care for. And people say, well, why not? This guy witnessed his people being hurt, and he wants to embrace the true religion and all that stuff. To me, because the problem is, though, with this, I know about history. I know what came before Robert Catesby. The Tudors. This TV show, basically, every single wife he had a first wife Catholic, a second wife Puritan, and every single time the wife he changed, different religions, different rules were made, and Catholics were killed off. Puritans were killed off because they didn't believe in the true faith and all that stuff. It's a whole bunch of bullshit, religious bullshit, and it's been around for the longest. And the problem is, though, again, I don't feel bad when Robert Catesby is killed off. Maybe he died for something he believed in, maybe he didn't want condemnation, but overall, he wasn't just going to kill the king. He was going to kill the wife, he was going to kill the son, and keep the daughter hostage so they could take over the country. Because they want to bring true faith to the true religion. He's not an idolized hero. Neither is Guy Fawkes. Are they based on revenge? Yes. But they're no different than the Catholics. Maybe they try to change something, they try to make the world different, but they're no different. Because again, when Henry VIII's time, when he had each wife, he had a different stance on religion, and certain people were killed off with one wife, certain people were killed off with another wife. That's how it was. And let's not forget, Henry VIII had 2 famous children. One of them was Mary, and she was known as Bloody Mary. She is the person who, because she killed so many people that were not Catholic, they called her Bloody Mary. She was a blood queen. Then came Elizabeth I, and everyone loves Elizabeth because of Kate Blanchett, and she seems like a modern woman. She refused to be with no man. Yes, but she was a Puritan, and the same advisor she used, named Cecile, who's played from the guy from Sherlock Holmes, he was under her tutelage as well. So basically, persecutions happened, not as much, but they did happen in her time. And with basically James, he's not a Catholic, he's not a pure Catholic, and so they try to kill him off. So the problem is not with the show itself. The problem is I know too much about history. I have too much knowledge about the fact of the past, and I just can't get behind these characters who are religious zealots who are just going to keep killing each other over the simplest of things. This to me is more like a documentary. You could do a documentary more about this about this entire story about the Gunpowder Plot. This would be better as a documentary, better as a history lesson, maybe an hour and a half action thing. This is not like how, like, let's say an example of one thing, a historical figure that's come to mind. Billy the Kid. You could do a story about Billy the Kid with his gang of regulators, like Young Guns and all that stuff. You could do that. You could do something about Alexander the Great's life story, yes. Yeah, but overall, it's just, I can't get behind this entire character about, again, he was doing this for God, he was trying to kill the king and all that stuff. Yes, but to me, the best character was the king, because he did not give a shit. He didn't like, it's like, as long as you don't mess with me, I don't mess with you. But the moment you start preaching and all that stuff, yeah, granted, he was manipulated, and the acting is good. The acting is good in this film. The action is pretty good for the most part, what little there is, and overall, it's not a bad miniseries. But to me, I can't get behind this entire story is because, again, I don't find him a good character. Kit Harington's character, he's just, okay, Kit Harington's direct descendant of this guy who started a thing. That was a nice twist I wanted interesting, but to me, it was, each episode is 1 hour, and I did not really care for it. 3 hours dragged too long, and I really should have paced myself with this. To me, I just binge watched this because I wanted to see it. And when you binge it, when you just watch it straight through, it's just, there's a pacing issue if you just watch it. I'm sure if you did it separately, you might have a better time enjoying it. But to me, it was just there. It's just okay. There's nothing special about this. I much prefer the TV show Klondike. I prefer the Klondike series over this one. But overall, that's my personal opinion, everybody, about the Gunpowder Plot. So let me know what y'all think. Subscribe if you like. Just screen down below. Comment down. Let me know. Respect my parents, respect yours. What is your personal opinion about the Gunpowder Plot, everybody? My name's Elise. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.